Hi, I'm Callum from Tyne Valley Motorhomes, and today I will be showing you the handover on the VW Revolution Ricos camper van. So as we walk around the vehicle, on the driver's side, the first thing you've got is your water filler. So this is where you'll fill your fresh water, and opens with the big key. So you'll be able to lock this and unlock it. So when it spins, it's locked. Turn it and you'll be able to open it up. So you'll be able to open it up, and this is where you'd put your hose pipe in there to fill the fresh water, either until it overflows, or you can see inside the levels on board. Next to it you do have your hookup point, so to hook the vehicle up, you'd get your 25-meter hookup lead, lift the collar, lift the flap on the van, and hook it up like so. And then unhook, there's a small blue lever here which you'll pull down to unhook the vehicle. Always hook the van up first and the point, as we wouldn't want you walking around with the lead that is on. If it was faulty or if it was wet, you may get electric shock, and that's not something you want on your holidays. And then walking around the back end of the vehicle, to open the back doors, a small catch here which will open when the vehicle is open. So there you'll be able to open the back doors. And then to open the other door, pull the tab and open up. In here you'll see this is where your table stores away when you're not using it. You've got your power supply unit in there, which you can access through the shutter on the side as well. And in here you do have your charger, which charges the engine and leisure battery when hooked up. You've got your trips on mains electric, and you've got your 12-volt fuses there, which are all listed to what they do. You've got some space here for storing various items, awnings, bags, shopping. And then in here, this is where your gas bottle lives. So this is a camping gas 907 gas bottle you would need on this vehicle. This is just our test bottle. And then attach the regulator onto the bottle. You just spin the bottle, you put the regulator on, spin the bottle round until it basically goes up the threads and it's attached. And then you'd use this small black knob here, which turns the regulator on and off and opens the bottle. Always make sure when you're finished you tightly seal your gas locker, just in case if there was any leak. This gas locker doesn't allow any gas in the van, it will drop directly out of it. And then you do have your lock there. So coming up here you do have your rock and roll bed. But you can also use this, so if you use this small lever here, you can use this as a parcel shelf. So if you pull this down like so, just pull it down by pressing that. You can use it as a parcel shelf and divide the storage area. Or if it's a nice night, or you're putting your walking boots on, you can sit on here with a glass of wine or a cup of tea, sit up there and look out if you're parked somewhere nice. You've got your smoke alarm and your CO2 alarm here, and then this is just your concertina roller shutter door, which is your storage area there. And then always make sure you do shut the right hand side door first, and then the left hand. And then coming down the passenger side of the vehicle, this is where you'd fill up with AdBlue and diesel. So diesel here, which simply opens up, and then you can fill up with fuel. And AdBlue below, which is just an exhaust emission nutrients, because this vehicle is fitted with a Euro 6 compliant engine. So you need to put AdBlue in for your exhaust treatment. Basically it'll clean the catalytic converter out at a certain temperature to stop any carbon build-up to make the engine more emission friendly. It's a 20-litre tank. It will tell you on the dash when it needs it. It'll give you a mileage countdown. It will warn you once you need AdBlue. Once it brings up a warning, if you just top it up as soon as you can, as if you don't and you allow it to go down the mileage countdown, it will put the vehicle into limp mode, which is no faster than 50 miles an hour, or in worse situations the engine just basically won't start. You can turn your passenger airbag off here by putting the key in, should you have children car seats in the front. And then open the bonnet on the front. If you just go to the driver's footwell, just pull here by the accelerator pedal. This will lift the bonnet up, and then there's a second catch above the VW, and it's on gas strut, so no need for a stay. Keep the bonnet open. And then in here you do have your power steering fluid, your brake fluid, your engine oil filler, your dipstick for checking your oil levels there, your screen wash or your washer fluid, and your coolant for your radiator. You've also got your main engine battery in here with the fuse, so you've got your negative side and your positive, so you can put jump leads on that for giving or receiving a jump start. If you've ever left it standing for any length of time, or you want to give someone else a jump start, you can jump start off the battery. So once on board, you've got your main control panel here. So if you press the on button, this will either give you 12 volt if you are not hooked up, or in running off your leisure battery. And if you are hooked up, you will get 240 volts, so you can use your 3-pin sockets on board. You always want the vehicle to be running off the leisure battery, as this is where the motorhome part of it will run off. You don't want to run the motorhome off the engine battery, as you will flatten the VW battery and then you'll be going nowhere. But you can switch over to see your battery levels, like so. Below you've got your pump, so this will work in your tap for your cold water fed tap, which has got a micro switch in the tap. So as soon as that's lifted, the pump will kick in and provide you with cold water. And you've got your lights, so you must have this on to work your lights, which are your LED lights, which are under here and underneath your kitchen area there. And above you've got your diesel Webasto heater, so you turn it on like so. Once it goes to green, it means it's on, it's heating the vehicle, and you can turn it up from 5 degrees all the way up to 35 degrees, and then you press and save the temperature. If you turn it, you can go to the settings, so you can go to ventilation, and this is the fan speed, and then you can set the ventilation time, so it'll be on for 10 minutes, and when it goes to blue there's a timer set. Or you can go to the settings and you can set a time and a date for, and change the control panel brightness and the screen timeout. Turn it on, like you can turn it on manually when the on button goes green, like it has there. And then you do have a hob, so you've got a piezo igniter on this as well, so as long as the bottle's on, you'll be able to prime the gas through. And there you can see it's lit. So if you haven't used it for a while, always prime the gas through on the hob. And there's the other one lit as well. And obviously once you have had this on, leave it to cool down before you put your glass lids down on your sink and your hob. Below you've got a grill, a mini grill. So again, if you haven't had with this being a new van, and if it stands for any length of time with the gas off, it takes a while for the gas to come through. But there you go, there's your grill lit. And underneath again you've got a roller shutter which you can roll up and access some storage area for your pots and pans and things. Got a drawer there which you can put your cutlery tray in. And you do have a Dometic 12 volt fan fridge. So this is just a 12 volt fridge. So you turn it on, and then this from 1 to 2, so it goes all the way down to the bigger dot, which is a bigger icicle, which means it's cooler. So that's the coldest setting, that's the warmest. And you've got a small tray there for your ice maker in your freezer box. As you can hear in the background, that's the heating working. And then underneath your rock and roll bed you've got storage, and you can also see your water level, which I'll show you from inside. So this is how you check your water, by looking at the tank. And there's a very simple way of how to do that, and so you can see, if you just lift this is part of the bed, you just lift this handle up. So if I just put you down a minute, so if you just lift this up, pull the seat up and over, there's a tank, and as you can see, there's your water line. You can gain access in the top of the tank should you want to clean it out after you've used it for the year with a bit of Milton or any other chemical that's not going to harm the tank. You can do. And then to drop the bed down fully, so you drop this down until it was lying flat like so, and then you'd lift this bar up. So if you lift the bar up, so if you lift this bar and pull the backrest, it drops this down, and there you have your bed made downstairs. And obviously make sure if that was up, you'd use this and to lower the back down as well. You've got curtains on there which you just unhook and you just slide along the rail, which are thermal curtains, blackouts, and then you can press them together if you wanted to. Like so, you press them, and you've got them on all the windows. And obviously these windows, if I just close the door there, will slide open like so. So if you push down, slide, these windows will open. So this one and the one behind your sink. So this shows your table in position. So you just lift it on, push it onto the rail there, and then your leg does fold by pulling the black button down, folds the leg for when you're storing. And also you've got two USBs next to the two travelling seats in the back for the passengers in the back, or the kids for the iPads, which is great. You just turn on and they can charge them when you're on the move. All your lights are touch lights, so you just touch them, and then this is just a standard VW light when the door is open in the front will come on. And open your roof, so if you loosen off all the straps, and then if you just pinch, like so, and then you can push it up. And this switch here does these two lights for the people in the rear bed. So this is your rear bed board, which you can push up and down. And in here rolled up is the mattress topper for the bed board, which will give you people that are sleeping in the pop top a comfier night's sleep. And you've got windows and fly screens on the sides and front. And to chain the double passenger seat, you've got 4 of these. You've got 2 on the back and 2 on the front. You loosen them off enough so you can lift them up, and you see the tab here, lift it up and you turn the tab along the top to stop the nut from, or the bolt from going back down, and stopping the seat from turning. So you lift them up, lift up all 4, and then you'll be able to push the seat around. You will have to take the handbrake off and put it into gear to turn the seat, as the handbrake does restrict the seat. But I'll take the handbrake off and I'll show you how to turn it. Turn the seat, put your handbrake down, and then always turn it to the right. So never try and turn it round the passenger door, always push it to the right, so to the driver first. So you push, and then you'll be able to reposition the seat. Do watch the armrest on the right seat, and you'll be able to pull it round into the back of the camper van to give you more seating space. And just a quick tip when pulling the roof back down: so when you're pulling the roof down by the handles, always pull the canvas tent in so it doesn't get caught between the roof and the body of the vehicle. And with this being the top of the range camper van in the Revolution's range, being the Ricos, it has the projector which just screws on. So you just screw it on and you could power it up, and in the back you do have a HDMI and a power lead, and you've got your screen here, so your projector screen, which just clips on. So this is great for chilling out after a long day of activities and watch your favourite Netflix or catch up on your missed TV when you've been away on the projector screen on an evening. So now in the cab you've got your electric windows and mirrors. This locks all the doors on an evening and unlocks. You've got your headlights, which are automatic, and then you pull out to put your fog lights on. Headlight adjustment here, and your dash clocks when the lights are on. Put your wipers and your indicators and your park lights. This goes through your range, so as you can see you've got 290 mile in your range, your average consumption, your travelling times, your speed warnings, your oil temperature, which isn't working yet because I've just switched the engine on. The engine must be running for a good 10 minutes or so for the vehicle to get up the temperature before it can read the oil temperature, your average speed and your distance travelled. It also tells you your AdBlue there, so you've got 4,000 miles of driving before it needs AdBlue in it. You've got your cruise control here and your radio controls, and then you do have all your temperature, fan speed and distribution. You've got aircon, and you do have your recirculation, and you've got your heated windscreen as well. USB here for the head unit for all your radio, and your glove box is lockable, and there is your lock and wheel nut. 5-speed manual gearbox with up and lift for reverse, and you get your park pilot of your rear sensors. And you've got radio, which is FM radio, where you can press 1 to 4 to save your channels. You've got media, which can either be a CD or a USB or 3.5mm jack or SD card. Phone, so you can pair your phone. So it's Bluetooth, select the telephone, find the telephone, and it go onto your device and find the VW audio on Bluetooth. You've got a jack for your CD, you've got your setup, which is your sound and your screen and your language, and you do have your sound settings for your bass and your balance and your volume. Got two cup holders on the top and a 12 volt there as well. So this concludes the handover on the VW Revolution Ricos. I hope you found this informative. Should you need any questions answered once you've watched this video, or you're looking for one of these vehicles, please don't hesitate to contact Time Valley Motorhomes on 01207 272 777 and speak to our sales department.